Hey there, welcome to another episode of Dirty Dusty Records. It's me, Adam, also known as Guzo Funk. Today I'm doing something a little bit different than I've done in my previous episodes. I'm bringing along a guest. So I've got with me Rigo, also known as Funk Konducta. Tell us a little something about yourself.
Well, my name is Rigo. I go by Funk Konducta on Instagram. I consider myself an avid digger. Like I dig almost every day if I have the chance.
So today we're talking about a very specific type of record,
right?
Southwest Latino records.
Right. But what I like in particular about these records is that a lot of them will be 90%, regular ranchera, corrido, bolero, but in there also they normally contain either a soul track or a funk track or a balada track that are just killer.
So where did you grow up? What's your earliest memories of hearing these?
I grew up in La Puente, California.
What's La Puente like?
La Puente, around that time that I was growing up, it was brown. Oldies were big, because it was like a gang neighborhood. Our neighbors used to be one of the oldest, like I said, we call them the veteranos, as we call them. And they that's all they would listen to. That's all you will hear coming from their house. Just oldies, whether it's Rosie and the Originals, the Midnighters, Rafi Pagan, all that.
I grew up down the street from you, actually, in the San Gabriel Valley in West Covina.
Oh, right on.
And me being a pinchihuero, me being a white boy, I was very aware of this. And so just being in those neighborhoods, I would catch it in my ear a lot. So you brought some records that are like Tex Mex, Latin flavored, with a little bit of soul on them. You ready to show some?
Yeah, I'm ready. A record that I love. I mean, I basically, grew up listening to this group, this guy, and it's Little Joe and La Familia, and the name of the album is Brown Stuff. This actually is on the BSR label. This was Little Joe's label, the BSR, along with LRC, which was the Leona label.
Out of Leona, Texas.
Leona, there you go. And the reason that I love this album, Brown Stuff, is like every other Tejano record around that time, they had, corrido, rancheras, but they also had instrumentals that were killer. But this one has a crazy instrumental called La Batea, which is probably one of the best 2.5 minutes of just nothing but instrumentals going on, just killer. So this one is called Lázaro and the Dominantes, and it's on the Buena Suerte label. Now this one, you can clearly tell that it was around the Vietnam War. It has a message from the band, which is a dedication basically to all the mothers out there that they have kids in the military. Este LP es dedicado a todas las madrecitas, especialmente para aquellas que sus hijitos se encuentran actualmente sirviendo en la guerra de Vietnam. This particular record, it has one of the best renditions of Didn't I Blow Your Mind by the Delphonics that I've ever heard, hands down. I mean, the soulfulness of his voice, the trumpet section on it is just killer, just amazing, great stuff.
Does he hit the falsetto?
Oh, it sure does.
Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? I thought that love of yours was true.
This is Luis Ramirez y su Latin Express, and the name of the album is Piérdete Conmigo. As far as Luis Ramirez, I don't know much about it. There's not enough information out there about him. I was actually able to find him on Facebook. The Lou Ram label, well, it was probably Luis Ramirez's label.
Yeah, Lou Ramirez, Ram, Lou Ram.
Yeah, Lou Ram, there you go.
Yeah.
See, I didn't put that together. I'm glad you did. But this record has, again, it has rancheras, boleros, but it has a song called Check It Out. It's hands down amazing, super soulful. I mean, if you even his voice, it takes you there. know what I mean? It's a weird feeling. It takes you there.
Is there any way you can hum some of it? Tough?
I wish I could. I mean, my voice is horrible, so.
If you need a strong hand, she guides you through the night. If you want someone who understands the things you get uptight. If it means anything to you, to know that I care for you, check it out.
Check it out.
Oh, check it out.
So one of the big things for me when I tried to explore this genre a little bit was I was actually in El Monte, which is another section of San Gabriel Valley, and I was at a courthouse for jury duty. And I wasn't being brought up in any trial or anything, but I was on jury duty. And they give you like this crazy long 2-hour lunch break, and there's an outdoor mall next door, and it's all Spanish-speaking stores there. And I went into a record shop and I asked them "Esta discos?" The lady behind the counter says, "Oh, you mean like vinyl records?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "We stopped selling those a while ago. We keep them all in the back." And I was like, "Can I see it?" And she's like, "Yeah." So one of these records I got was this one. This is Sociedad Organizada en Sonido, and this is Discotheque Volume 1. It's all instrumental. It's got really cheesy organ. But underneath that really cheesy organ, most of the songs are these super funky drums and all those very 70s funk like elements all encapsulated. It has that hot girl on the cover. I'm a big fan of like a hot disco queen. Maybe she's on cocaine, maybe she's just enjoying the night, but either way, it's interesting.
Oh yeah.
I picked up this record. This is Los Muchachos Frijolitos Pintos, which is that's beans, pinto beans, and it's another one of those records. Got nothing but like bolero, balada, ranchera, all those things except for 2 tracks that are in English and are beautiful. One of which is called Foolish Things, which is just this gorgeous, sweet soul, puts you in the mood. Like you can listen to it on your turntable at home, but you still feel like you're cruising down Whittier.
Oh, yeah.
It's got that nice mellow vibe to it. And it's on the Teardrop label. Teardrop's an El Paso label. I would say like 2 of the biggest labels for this kind of stuff is probably Buena Suerte and Teardrop.
Yeah.
Another thing I have on the Teardrop label is this Charlie and the Jives record. This is Charlie and the Jives, Making Time. It's another classic example of a bunch of tracks that are rancheros, corridos, and things like that. And then there's a nice slow song on there, and there's a nice rock track on there. The slow song is something that in LA, and honestly probably through the whole Southwest, is a classic. This slow jam called Sad Girl. And they do a great version. Charlie and the Jives, this I think is their 3rd album, because on the back cover there's a picture of 2 previous albums where they were just the Jives, before Charlie took over and decided that it was his band. Yeah. But really nice. That Sad Girl track is really where it's at. So thank you for coming by and showing some really crazy records. And that's it. We'll see you next time. See you. And this is much more like go-go cages. Huh? Yeah, cute girls in tight dresses kind of thing going on. 60s, maybe some LSD. How do you say LSD in Spanish?
The same thing.
LSD en español.